Hello, you lovely people. Welcome to the channel. It's Rad. And let me just fix my mic because it's swaying one way. And tonight it's my personal favorite. What do we need to know at this moment? That's going to be the immediate guidance for each star sign. The first thing that I'm going to do, however, is going to be the global guidance or the collective reading. The cards for it I drew a few hours ago. You can examine them yourself through the thumbnail. They are at the thumbnail. I'm going to show them to you in any case. Now, the first one that I drew, that is a page of cups here, followed by the second card which I drew. That will be the Wheel of Fortune. Hello, Taco. Evening, mate. Yeah, it's I mean, it breeds the true game, because that is the way we gamers type mate. I don't know if it's a common use in the United States, but I know it from the gaming world. And the third one, that is going to be the Nine of Swords. All right, so it's a pretty important message. And it is one that says there is a change that microphone is kind of driving me nuts. I don't know why it's swaying one way anyway. So there is a change that is looming on the horizon for all of us. And if you felt lately off, okay, for example, experiencing kind of like swaying, not that much of a mood, but rather swaying in opinion about one thing or another, that is as a taste that this change is coming. And the thing about that development that it is ahead of us for every single one of us is that it will purely rely on our personal efforts. Okay, it's a pretty strong elemental dignity in between the Page of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune, saying that faith and luck and, say, fortune has nothing to do with the development of this change. Now, one thing is for certain is that wherever that change is applied to, or it's kind of like starting to take effect, is in a field that we do consider emotionally attached to. So basically, if you do love your job, that's where the change is looming. If you do love your partner, that's where the change is looming. So basically, the change is going to start looming over the areas in everyone's life that they love. And by default, the change through the Page of Cups, it's a positive one. But like I said, it's related and connected to change in opinion, swaying in mood, not that much in mood, but rather in a position. So you may have a strong position against one, or in acceptance to another thing. Now that position may start swaying from a acceptance to rejection, and vice versa. And this sway is because we need to kind of like accept that change which is looming on the horizon, which is incompatible with the current opinions or the current acceptance or criteria that we do have. And another thing from these cards, what we need to know, it is that through that sway of opinion or a standing, we may think that that's going to bear a very strong, and how can I put it into words, devastating, so to speak, consequences for us, while they are going to be very mild, if any at all. And I mean negative consequences. So that was the collective reading, and now there are going to be 12 more readings, just as this one, each for every star sign. And bear in mind that these are going to be readings for the star signs, therefore they are not going to be your personal readings. The information I'm going to give you is going to affect you to a certain extent, depending on your natal chart, well, which star sign is strong, what is your rising sign, and so on and so forth. If you do wish your personal situations to be a subject of my tarot interpretation, you can go to my website, which link you will find in the description down below. And there at the very front page, you're going to see a full list of my services and as well their pricing. And other than that, if you do enjoy the show, you can support us by giving us a like and subscribing to the channel, and you can also support us financially through Super Chat or a PayPal. The PayPal link you're going to find in the description down below as well. And anyone who does so, you guys are going to have a reading at the end of the stream. That is guaranteed, just like Yasmin did. Yasmin, thank you for the $20 US dollars, and as well Taco, thank you for the $22.22. Thank you, Taco. Let me put you into the list. And at the end of the stream, we're going to see what you both need to know personally. Hello, Jasmine. Long time no see. So first star sign that I'm going to read for, that's going to be Aries, and you can track which star sign I'm reading for through the glyph being displayed right there on my right hand side. And Aries goes first. Hello, Yasmin. And again, thank you for the 20. So we do have the 9 of Swords for Aries first card, followed by 3 of Wands here. And then it is the Queen of Wands, right? So that is a very brave and very strong push for Aries. That they need to know it's about to take their place. So basically what's going to happen into the next few days into your week, guys, which is most prominent to happen, is that at some point you are going to tell yourself, wait a minute, I am more capable than this, or I am more attractive than this, or I deserve more than, well, deserve is a bit strong, but yeah, something in those lines. And while there is going to be some kind of a psychological barrier, it does look like that you are going to break through that psychological barrier, and you will going to take the reins. So that's what you need to know. You will have the chance and the opportunity to take the reins over your relationship, over the project you're working at, over your colleagues, social circle, and so on and so forth. And that will not going to happen on its own accord, though. The caveat here is that you will have to challenge yourself to do so, and that's going to be the hardest part ever. Okay, having to go through that development to say, you know what, I can go for more, I can do more, and just put a target, and that target will stand no chance against you. So that's what you need to know. Next, we do have Taurus. First one for Taurus, we do have the Tower, followed by King of Pentacles. And the third one, that's going to be the Emperor. Now, first and foremost, the Emperor here plays as a saving grace, because it does look like that, those are the 3 cards again. Okay, so these 3. So for you, Taurus, it does look like that this change is going to be a bit critical, right? That there is going to be crisis coming your way. And the reason for that crisis comes from the King of Pentacles, which pretty much plays the roles of some loose ends. So there are some loose ends which are going to create troubles. Now, why the Emperor is the saving grace? Well, because they ain't gonna be your troubles. These are gonna be troubles in the business you're working at the home you're living in, all right, into the social circle that you are occupying. And guess who is going to be the savior? It does look like that's going to be you. People are going to rely on you. People will hope that you will be able to rebuild relationships, projects, business contracts, endeavors, enterprises. Whether you are going to do that or not, you decide, right? Whether maybe these people that are going to enter or be in crisis, they do not deserve your help. Maybe they do. That is entirely up for you to decide. But it does look like that a lot will depend on you. And of course, you can use it as a leverage going down the line. Leverage to get a promotion, to get a raise, or just to become MVP. The choice is yours. Right, so that was Taurus. Next we have Gemini. Ten of Cups, followed by the Chariot. Oh my. And it is Temperance. Okay, so that Temperance in Ten of Cups, I have seen it quite a few times, and the best I can kind of like qualify that elemental dignity is like the Lover's card. Why is that? Well, first of all, the elemental dignity is a passive enemies, and as the Ten of Cups, it is the frontal card. With Temperance influencing it, it means that basically one cannot have it all at once, right? And as the Ten of Cups being the front card, it does look like it is that what makes you happy is going to affect you more than anything else to extreme, right? But maybe what makes you happy, it won't be what you need at that point. Something in those lines. Basically, with the Temperance being there, one cannot find a middle ground, although as the Ten of Cups is the front card, the ground that one is going to find, in that case particularly you, is going to be quite enough emotionally and basically feeling wise in order to make you say secure and say very well disposed. Now with the Chariot being next to the Ten of Cups, that's get even better, because the Chariot basically it is when a person or an individual, and I'm explaining that to you guys because it's pretty complicated interpretation. So it's when a person is capable to fulfill their wishes, if you will, on their own accord through a big effort, right? And so as a supporter to the Ten of Cups, it means that this fulfillment, emotional fulfillment that you're going to find, which is going to be to the extreme, is going to serve as a fuel alone, not because you don't have any support or anything, but because you are capable to do alone, to fulfill your wishes, and you are going to be very, very proud afterwards. So if we go into the line to the collective reading, this is like a preparation. It is like, imagine it that way, that the sky is your limit, and you are about to ride a rocket, and right now the rocket is fueling up, and once it's launched, it's no stopping it. So that is what you need to know. it is that you are about to be ready to make a pounce, to attack. But it was pretty complicated interpretation. Going forward, we do have Cancer. Nine of Swords. The Empress. Five of Swords. It's worries, right? You need to know that worries are about to bestow upon your head. Now, these worries with the Five of Swords being next to the Nine of Swords are most likely because someone, maybe you, maybe someone you're working with or you're interacting with, crossed certain lines. And now those consequences, which are a product from someone crossing certain lines, has to be dealt with, and you will be in the midst of all that. And being in the midst of all that, everything else is gonna blow up, right? It's gonna just blow up, and you won't know where you are going until the whole mess is cleaned up. So you do have a mess to clean in front of you. Hopefully you are gonna get out of it unscathed and much more stronger than entering into it. Something that I need to warn you is that being over trusty in the next few days is gonna bear their consequences for you. So it's gonna benefit you a lot, Cancer, if you trust the healthy sense of mistrust. Jasmine, thank you for the 20. Thank you, Jasmine. Let me put you into the list, and at the end of the stream, after I'm done with the 12 star signs, we're gonna check how Jason is feeling for you. Okay. Thank you again. All right, so that was Cancer. I'm moving next. That will be Leo. The World. Four of Swords. And then it's going to be the Five of Swords again. Right, so what you need to know it is that you are nearly there. Okay, so it's a personal project or a personal agenda that you are nearly completion. And on the last stretch of having to traverse, there is going to be a lot of diversions, so to speak, mainly caused by people. From one side, there are going to be a lot of people that are giving you seemingly sound and wise advice, while it isn't. It's the best that it's going to do is just going to slow your progression. And from the other side, again, Five of Swords, we do have some trespassing. What I mean is that because you are going to find yourself being so close to the target, you may be willing to bend certain rules, which is going to, instead of making things work for you and making things happen, only distance you more than getting you closer to completion. So it's going to be very important to play by the rules and do what you know is best for you and for your goal and as well for your target. And once you are done, because it does look like that you are going to be done within the next few days, you will feel free to put another agenda at your plate. Don't hesitate to do so. You will be free to chase it, because whatever you complete into the next few days, whether it is a some kind of relationship goal or a personal project or whatever, it's not going to bother you again. All right, it is yours to bear, and it's not going to be jeopardized by anything moving forward, so you don't have to care for it. Okay, so that was Leo. Moving next, we do have Virgo. Temperance, followed by Ten of Pentacles. And then it is the Empress. Okay, it does look like that there will be a settlement for you. Looking at those cards, settlement, which how do you call it? Stipulations or amendments? I don't know how to put it into words. Will not be exactly thrilling. What I mean is that there is going to be compromises, and these are going to be, I don't want to say unwilling, but somewhat unwilling compromises. What I mean is that once this settlement is complete, you will think, I could have done better. I could have negotiated something better. And while that may be true, well, for some of you it's going to be true, for others not. What you will negotiate for is going to work for you very, very well. So, for example, if you are negotiating a payment, you may think that you could extract more money, but these money that you will negotiate for yourself are going to make the coverage, right? They will serve you very, very well. You have negotiated a terms for engagement or for a job or for, say, a divorce, if you will, then, well, while you may have done better into negotiating those terms, these terms are going to serve you flawlessly. Fantastic. They will be tailored for your, for example, day-to-day routine, expenditure, expectations, and so on and so forth. Okay, so that was Virgo. Next, we have Libra. The Hierophant, the Hermit. I'm sorry, that's not the Hierophant, it is the Hermit. Followed by the Emperor. And the third one, that's going to be the Nine of Swords. It's actually a really good interpretation, okay? Because a lot of the concerns that you are currently having, concerns whether the business you're working for is going to do well or not, concerns about how someone is going to accept you or not, and so on and so forth, after the next few days, they will just going to lose relevance. You wouldn't care. For example, you now may be concerned that the business you are working for is going to plummet, and within the next few days you come up with an idea for your own business, or someone offers you a far better job. So that concern, it's over with it. You wouldn't care because you have somewhere to go, something to follow. And this what we're gonna open for you to follow. By the looks of it, it will be very, very meaningful for you. All right, the job that, for example, you may start based on this influence, it will be a job that's gonna make sense. Your friendship is gonna make, it's gonna make the most sense out of everything that you have recently done. All right, and it's gonna wipe away all of your concerns that you do have right now. And even if there are some consequences that you will have to endure, that you would have had to endure, you will not gonna have to anymore. Gosh, there is a lot of I don't know what is going on into the sky. Pisces Moonbeam may share some thoughts on it, but it's all about consequences, it does look like. So it's a common theme in the most of the star signs. Or just a personal note here, what we need to know is that we are about to face consequences, whether good or bad. All right, next, that will be Scorpio. The Devil with the Page of Swords, with the Two of Cups. All right, so obviously Two of Cups being influenced by the Devil, it's a really good combo. It's a really good elemental dignity. Even better if the Two of Cups was the first card, because that will benefit a lot Scorpios which are already in relationship, and it does tell that what we need to know is that the love we have will give us the strength, or rather like the qualities we need in order to accomplish the yearnings we have. All right, so if you have a partner, you are a Scorpio, and if you don't have a partner, cherish them. Don't be a smartass though. That is with the Page of Swords. Okay, in fact, having that Page of Swords being there, your partner has a much brighter and much better idea how you can break through, right, as a Scorpio. Now, one thing, in case you don't have a partner, well, it does look like that you're going to be led to one, right? And that one, at least at first, is going to fulfill all of your basically is going to be like too good to be true, guys. Is going to be let's say that you like and I'm going with a person I know that you do like a women with a long legs and being tall and all that, all right? And it's going to be like being taken out of a picture that you drew. Now that is going to be the start. And same thing applies here. Just don't be a smartass. Don't try to shine brightly. I mean, if that person tells you that they don't like something, don't try to convince them otherwise. That's going to be the worst thing you can do. And sometimes the only thing you need to do, well, most of the time within the next few days, is just listen. Hopefully the person from the other side is, I don't know, willing to talk. If not, just don't push them. It's simple as that. That Page of Swords being to the Devil, it says that trying to convince the other side into what you think is the truth, or rather like it is the most obvious and the only, how can I put it into words, true thing that one can think, it is the clear way how you can just ruin everything. Because what we need to know is that our points of view, it's going to differ a lot from the point of view of others. And that's why it's going to be very wise not to enforce it within the next few days, the very least. All right, so that was Scorpio. Now next, that will be Sagittarius. Queen of Cups, Six of Wands, and it is Three of Pentacles. Pretty easy interpretation for Sagittarius. There is someone that want to take you or us, because I am Moon in Sagittarius, although I don't believe that applies to me, but want to take you, Sagittarius, under thy wing and support you into your development. Right? So say you want to develop something at work, or there is someone higher than you are, say a supervisor of yours or someone from the owners of the business have spotted you that you're trying to do something creative, and they want to support you in it. Right? They want to take you under their wing and guide you, or at the very least grant you the credentials in order to go forward with your idea or with your project. Alternatively, That is a person who can offer you a shoulder to cry on if you need to. Basically, that is a very, very loyal companion that you do have around you and is about to show up. Although, what you need to know it is that this isn't, well, I can't say really unconditional, but this is a support that comes not for granted. So that ain't someone that is going to always give you the carrot. Sometimes they are going to give you the stick if you make a mistake, right? If you do not listen to what they're telling you, especially if it is a career support, you know, business support, and so on. Actually, that support, especially when it comes to business, comes with a lot of criticism. You need to be prepared for it. But what you need to know is that this criticism is going to be always a constructive one. This ain't going to be the criticism from a sort of, or from the likes of, you suck and you aren't good for the job. This could be the criticism, oh man, you do not do it right, you do not do it correctly. Yes, you suck right now, but if you change that, and you learn this, you will get better now. That is a constructive criticism. And you may think, why the hell is that person going to support me? Well, because they need to. And you may take it strongly, but that is someone who sees either them in you, or they see you as a not sibling, but adolescent figure, maybe. You know, for example, the owner of the business may kind of like start accepting you as their daughter, or as their son, or as their aunt, whatever the case, right? And just want to make your time there easier. There is just a speculation from my side, but something of those lines. All right, next, that will be Capricorn. Eight of Cups, King of Cups. Final one is the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So I rarely say that, or rather seldom say that in those types of readings, because they are general readings and they are supposed to affect all that are under that star sign. But I don't think that this reading is going to affect all of you, because I suppose not all of you are feeling like they have hit the rock bottom. Okay, so that reading is going to affect those that are feeling that they have hit the rock bottom, or at least in one's field into their lives. And what the cards are saying is that things can get even worse before they get immaculately better. Okay, so what you need to know, it is that there is a proposal or an offer that it is coming. But before that offer comes, things are going to get far worse. Not far worse, but worse. Basically, I'm going to say it that way. When one hits the rock bottom, the only thing that it is left for him is to look upwards and start climbing it back up. Or the thing it is that when you look at upwards, it's going to be like you have been stuck there, like someone covered it up and you can't see the top, you can't climb the top, at least at start. And then the whole collapses, and the future is gonna hold for you very bright perspective. I mean, brighter than you have even dared thinking of. But like I said, first, things are gonna get worse. So brace yourself. You just have to push through it and just wait for the offer. And once it's around, there will be no reason for you to reject it or deny it. Maybe the ego, but that is going to be times where your ego and your pride should be put on a shelf and not carried with you. Okay, Capricorn was that. Now next, that will be Aquarius. Nine of Swords again, followed by Page of Wands. And then we do have Six of Cups. Well, I am rising Aquarius. That sucks. All right, there is no other way to say it for Aquarius. Although minor, or rather like tiny or mild, there are going to be new points of troubles, of worries, and of concerns. Basically speaking, what we need to know is that in the next few days, the hits ain't going to stop coming. Now, a good thing about it is that, like I said, the concerns ain't gonna be as big as they are to be presented. So the solutions to these concerns and to these troubles is not gonna be difficult, is not going to be resourceful, for a lack of better expression here. But alas, these ain't gonna be pleasant times for what it seems, because can I put it into words? It's just, oh, you are standing still. It's gonna be one of these periods where if there is a drunkard on the street, you Aquarius are going to be the one that they are going to pick up on. All right, it's just from all the crowd, they're gonna come to us, because I am rising Aquarius. And while it's not going to be pleasant, we'll have to deal with it, at least at that point. So, not exactly good times, right? Not exactly good times, but we'll have to endure through them. And the worst is that because this is the Page of Cups, the Page of Wands, I'm sorry, these are going to be very personal concerns, all right, and troubles. These are going to be things that no one can help us with. So, to top it all off, it does look like that we will have to deal with it alone. And last but not least, that will be Pisces. The World, the Devil, Seven of Swords. All right, not much of a well, it's not a complicated message. Other than that, is a much of a message. And according to these cards, you will get what you want to get exactly the way you want to get it. And the only caveat here is that you will need to share it with others. Okay, for example, if that is a payment, just go out and kind of like buy someone a drink, right? If that's a good fortune, try to share that good fortune with your children or with your family, or just with the people that you do consider close to you. But it's truly is going to be the good fortune you want that is going to manifest for you, whether you want love, whether you want job, whatever you want. Okay, it does look like that is going to be there waiting for you. Complete it, and yeah, it's the caveat is that you should share it with someone. Otherwise, at least according to these cards, is going to fall apart. You're just not going to be able to use it to your advantage at all. It will become a useless addition, useless acquisition. All right, so that was for the 12th. And now, the super chat. So anyone who supported or is about to support the stream through super chat with PayPal, you guys are gonna have a reading right now, personalized reading. First one, that's gonna be Yasmin. Let me take away that star sign and see, Yasmin, what you need to know. Oh, that's nice to hear, Taco. Those are your cards, Yasmin. And they're related to a money, right? They're related to a money. A man is also involved into all that, and these are a successful maneuvers, right? So I don't know what you are going through right now, but my educated guess here, it is that these are going to be what you need to know. It is that the very successful money acquisition maneuvers with a man are coming your way, and they will completely serve your agenda. Yeah, it's agenda, and it is something about a long term for you, fulfilling like a target here. That is a long term. I don't know, maybe you are planning to buy a house, and you will be able to accumulate the money for it with your boyfriend, something like that. Yeah, it does look like this is going to be a successful acquisition of a money. That man, most likely it is a part of your family. Most likely, but most certainly it's a part of your family. Another thing that you do need to know about the whole thing here, Yasmin, is that this ain't a charity, all right? You totally work for it, and a portion, if not all, of the money are yours. So even though it may be presented as a charity, it's not a charity, right? So very important, and it's going to be very important that you do put those resources, those money into work, right? Toward your ambition, to work for your ambition. And I don't know what your ambition is, but you're definitely going to have the resources to push it forward, to transform it into a very powerful drive that is going to answer and is going to be aligned to all of your standards and all of your criteria. Right, so that's what you need to know. Now moving next, that will be Taco. So let's check it out for you, mate. You're welcome, Yasmin. All right. These are your cards, Taco. Let me draw the tarot. Yeah. Well, that could be equally good or equally bad. And I do believe it is the good version, so those are your cards. I mean, yeah, you may see the Five of Cups being forward or being the fourth card, but it's an enemy to the other two, and the other two are eyes opening, all right? Especially Judgment. Judgment is like the wake-up call everybody gets at some point. And look at the Lenormand here, mate. I mean, you do have the clouds, and the clouds are revelations, all right? The clouds open up, and you can now see the field. So what we have, it is the clouds or the revelations. And I said that it could be equally bad or equally good because the key either opens up or locks up, all right? And in that particular case, because of the tarot, what tarot is showing, it locks up a fall. Basically, what happens here and what we need to know, it is that through a certain revelations, you will incapacitate a foe, a rival, or a traitor that is in front of you. Because with the tarot, it does look like that person have beguiled you into some actions or into some decisions. And because it is the Five of Cups, it's not way too late to fix what was done or what it's in progress, because the Five of Cups is always about a partial, right? Partial disappointments, partial losses. So if you had some losses, whether a loss of a position, whether a loss of money, and so on and so forth, you can make it up for it. Because with the Four of Wands being next to the Five of Cups, it means that the right move or the right action, or basically attending to the important details that will allow you to move forward, are not closed for you yet. I mean, they are still available. And with the Judgment, that is gonna be your wake-up call to understand what exactly it is that you need to do. So you will have a clearance, for lack of better expression. And whomever tried to do you harm or to kind of like I said, beguiled you into a wrong direction, they have failed. They are about to fail. Jasmine, thank you for the 20. I do suspect that this is about a Lenormand reading. Thank you, Jasmine. You are next. Yes, you can. So the first one, it is how Jason is feeling towards you. So let's check that one out. Well, hopefully you do, Taco. Thank you, Taco, I will. I don't know that word, Jasmine. Vacillates, like oscillates around standing, like one time it's nice and warm and whatnot, and the other day it's kind of like drawn back and so on and so forth. Is that what you mean? Because these are the cards about his feelings, and this is where the problem lies, in between the Magician and the Three of Pentacles. They are a passive enemies, and being passive enemies, it's not very good. And these two cards as a elemental dignity, it's a doubt, and that's the doubt of whether you both can work. As a feelings, he does have a warm feelings, right? I can't say that he loves you, but he definitely has that warmth and sense of harmony, that you are right for each other. And that is in between the elemental dignity of the Knight of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. Okay? That what he is right now, the way his work, say, his setup and whatnot, that it is a good complement for you. The problem is that he may not be able to maintain that setup, because what you see in him, it's just a fraction of him, and he isn't sure that the rest of him will be able to complement and will be able to fit in. And that's going to be doubt that is going to carry on at least for the next 6 months to an year moving forward. Best way how you can overcome that: feedback. It's very important, and not exactly criticism, but if you do have something to say that you do not like, the way you don't like it, and so on and so forth, it's going to be best to share it with him if you do have the chance. What is going to benefit you as well, if you do want to make things to work in between you and him, keep the thing simple. You want to say something, you say it. Don't overcomplicate relationships and you know, kind of like set it up like one thing leads to another and so on and so forth. It needs to be a simple interaction where it is one step at a time. And other than that, he feels supported. That is, or he feels like you can be his support. That's the true feeling from those cards. Okay. And you want the Lenormand reading. Those are your cards, Lenormand cards. And this is either about inheritance money or a talk about money that are gonna come from a different place, like different town, different country, most likely. It's a phone call, right? That's what is ahead of you. That's what you need to know, that you very soon, in the next few days, you're gonna have a phone call about that. And let's see what's gonna come out of it. That could be about negotiating a price, or yeah, it's something like this. Negotiating a payment. And those are the cards. With the other side, It doesn't look like that you are gonna see eye to eye. And this is what the phone call is going to be about. For example, the other side is gonna think that if that's about payment, that the payment is a bit big. You are going to think the other way around, and so on and so forth, and it's all going to come to negotiations. So having the Nine of Swords, again the Nine of Swords next to the Five of Swords here, you need to know that you do have the leverage, you do have the advantage, and you can twist hands. Because, for example, if it is about negotiating a price, that person needs you, whether they need to sell their house in emergency and you are ready to buy it, or whether they need to get a job done, like they need it yesterday and they don't have time to find someone else to do it, so on and so forth. You do have an advantage, and if you will, you can twist hands. That's what you need to know about this particular enterprise that is coming ahead of you. Or for example, if that's about inheritance, the person that is going to negotiate with you, they will need to, let's say, liquidate right now because they say have a debt and they need to repay those debts, so you can bargain for a bigger portion to liquidate. Otherwise you will not going to liquidate, and they need your signature. So you will have the leverage and you decide what to do with it. Alright guys, so that's gonna do it for tonight. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for your generosity. And we are gonna see each other next time, now which is going to be Sunday. Now until then, bye.